I pulled out some yarn because we're going to get started on a couple of stitches. I'm going to show you a little bit about tension. First off, before we can do anything else, we've got to make the beginning chain, or the slip stitch. Not slipped stitch, but the slip stitch or slip knot. And that's beginning of all beginning. I always put my tail, whenever I'm making the knot alone, I put my tail over to the left, and I bring my yarn around my two fingers there, see at the top, crosses over, and you grab the working piece of yarn, the one that's attached to the skein, you pull the tail, and you have a slip stitch. Put your hook in, and I always kind of tighten it up, you don't want to work with that. And then whenever I'm working with it, the tail goes over here, and I'm working, holding my yarn and tensioning with my left hand. And what I want you to do is, if you're an absolute beginner, learn how to do it correctly, which I'm going to show you. You wrap around your pinky and go behind your ring finger, your middle finger goes in front, and then over your index finger. And I suggest dry hands, otherwise wet hands it's going to be sticky and you won't be able to get a smooth feel for it. Let's do that. So there you have your tension. Now, after you've worked with this for a little while and you don't find you like it, go ahead, do whatever you want. That's no problem. I'm just trying to show you the correct way so you can say, oh, I tried the correct way and I know how to do it that way, but I don't want to. It's better to know your basics. So I was telling you about the yarn and the hooks. Now, to make your first chain hook or chain stitch, I always hold like the tail for anchor. Even as the project grows bigger, I'm always kind of grabbing like right here to give yourself some leverage, and you'll see why. You're going to take the hook and you're going to wrap it around the yarn, or you're going to wrap the yarn around the hook, whatever works for you, and pull it through your loop there, and you now have a chain stitch. Let's do that again. The hook around the yarn and through. And you're actually setting the tension for your whole project on this foundation row, so be careful how you do that. I'll go ahead and do 10. Now, all that talk about tension, I don't have any tips to tell you why or how it will feel right. You will just know whenever your stitches come out looking fairly even. We all have bad days where it's like, ooh, well, we're going to start this all over again. And also, I do want to tell you something. It's rare whenever you finish a project all in one sitting. So whenever you leave your project, please pull out the working stitch, the one that you're working on. Pull the yarn. This working yarn, so you have this gigantic huge loop, and I'll tell you why. I'll show you why. Because if you don't, say you just leave it like that, and oh, I'm going to go look at something, child, dogs, an earthquake, whatever, or you just pull something wrong, it's all done. You got to start all over again, and that can be very discouraging whenever you've been working on a project and you find like 3 of your rows are missing, should I say, because you didn't pull out your working stitch. Okay, so let's see, easy. Okay,